minute. Okay, we are live, and my cam is out of focus again for no reason. So, okay, we're gonna try to put it back in focus. Okay, now it's back in focus. Hello, guys. Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
First episode of TLG coaching series. And today, we get to coach Piotr. Hello, Piotr. Congrats on winning the
Hello.
giveaway. So yeah, this will be a weekly series, guys. We're gonna have a different player coaching and a different guest every week. And you can join our Discord if you want to enter the giveaway that decides who gets to be coached. And
It's pretty easy to win.
yeah, exactly. Like it was an easy win for Piotr, as you can see. And today we will be playing Arachas Swarm deck, which is probably the second strongest deck in the meta, in my opinion, right now after Syndicate. This deck obviously relies on swarming the board and then boosting the entire board with your payoff cards like Yennefer, Triss, and Bone Talismans. This particular version has a lot of different tech cards that are pretty good on ladder right now. So we have Geralt Urden, which is really good against decks like Syndicate in Mirrors, against Scoia'tael, like Gift, or even Elves if they play Gezras and Isengrim. It's really solid value. We also obviously have Heatwave, which is a good card against, for example, Masquerade Ball. It's still a solid card against Syndicate because most of them play the Ziggy Jackal package, and you can often just use it, for example, in round 1, because then you have Urden for round 3. We have Doragary, which is a very solid answer to cards like Cleaver, because most Syndicate decks don't really run Purifiers right now, so you can just lock the Cleaver. You can also lock the Pingy engines against Skellige, like Hunters or Ships. And yeah, there's also movement, Wild Hunt Bruiser. It can help you set up a better Urden or just move the damage engines like Tunnel Drill or Brogvar Hunters. And yeah, that's basically the list. Usually with this list, you want to either just pass on 7 in round 1 because you want to have as long of a round 2 as possible to defend the bleed with your swarm cards, so you can, for example, just like slam an egg, and then Drega Warrior ideally, and like Maxi. Then you keep some swarm organic cards for round 2 bleed, so you can just like slam a nest into evolution, into a Crimson Curse, and just easily defend the bleed, and then go into round 3 with cards like Yennefer or Leader Charges, Triss. Another way to play this deck though, like if you see you have a good hand, you can often just commit in round 1 and actually try to win the round. Crimson Curse is a great card to actually commit in round 1 because often in round 3 it's quite awkward to set up, like your opponent can try to make it awkward with Veil units, or they can just play it in the front row to make your Behemoth value worse. So it's often just a good card to commit in round 1, like as soon as you see you're gonna get a decent Crimson Curse value, you can just slam the card, and it often plays for even 17 points that swarms 3 units on the board, so the card is extremely good in this deck. And yeah, right now Arachas Queen might be one of the very few decks in the meta that actually have a favorite matchup against Syndicate, because their only way to remove units from the board is Tunnel Drill, but like you just swarm so many units that you can just answer the Tunnel Drill as soon as
it can also be like inefficient.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, yeah. So, shall we jam some games?
Yes, we can get into the games now.
Yeah.
See how it goes. This will be very wholesome rank 2 gameplay here. Hopefully we are closer to Pro Ladder by the end of the stream.
No Papega plays. Yeah.
Okay, we queued into NG. So against
It's
NG...
probably like some weird pile on rank 2, so...
Yeah. Can we check which enslave he is? Because it might tell us a lot already. Okay, he's enslave 5, so he might just be a ball deck. He might still be clog. He's probably not hyper thing with enslave 5, but I mean it's rank 2, so you can kind of expect anything. So against NG, you usually want to try to contest round 1. Like, you don't necessarily need to bleed, but you just want to have last say so they can't cool your
I would
Erden.
move like the warrior now. I don't know.
I think we can mull 1 evolution here because we don't want all the organic cards in round 1. Like, we want to save some for later. And now we could mull the warrior because it's useless in this hand.
So I usually start with the Arachas nest on the front row. I don't know.
Yes, exactly. Like,
correct.
Usually you can go like nest into an evolution. You might commit the behemoth this round. We will see how this round goes, but we definitely want to try to win the round, or at least like make some decent trades.
So let's hope the one drone will hit the back row so we can evo.
Yeah.
Because we would overswarm the front row, I think.
Yeah,
so
ideally that's what we want to do.
Arachas nest on the front?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Kinda want to wait for him to use this crystal skull so then we can Crimson Curse on a row that he doesn't have a Veil unit on. Because we kinda want to commit this card this round. Okay, so he's an Emir player. I mean... Okay, so this is gonna be some wholesome pile, I see. Oh, this is interesting. Like, Heatwave on Emir would probably win us the round on even. The problem with that is our hand is actually like pretty stacked, so we have to like commit all of these cards. Might actually end up over committing even if we win even. And another problem is that then we don't have an answer to Masquerade Ball. So I think I would just play an evolution in the back row for now. It's not like this M here is getting really value when we don't play any units for now.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can just make a decision later.
The counter, yes.
Okay. I mean, kind of already looks like we might not be winning this round because he has like that. He basically has Emir and a double engine on the board, and like our hand is good, but we kind of have cards that we would want to play in round 3, not in round 1. Like if we commit all these cards this round, we're not gonna have much left for round 3.
So maybe jamming Maxi now?
Yeah, like we can just play Maxi here, see what we're gonna draw into.
Front or back?
Probably in the front, because I don't think if we ever commit this behemoth, we might do it only if we play like Crimson Curse. Oniro is at the bottom, but what are we drawing? So we're gonna miss. I think we can shuffle here. We can just put Endrega
what on the bottom? The Endrega?
Endrega Egg, maybe.
Oh, Endrega Egg. Okay.
Yeah, because Endrega Egg just gets locked. Or it's actually not a bad enslave target too for him.
Didn't see Ember. So.
Okay, let's see. Joust. This is gonna be some very confused pile, isn't it?
we're not like far behind, but our hand is pretty stacked. So I mean, if we commit Behemoth, it would be nice to win the round
on even. But the thing is, I think our hand is like too good to play in here. So I would honestly just pass, and then we can just consider mulling the Erden. Like we can still potentially pull Erden with an hero if we draw an hero. In round 3 if he uses his coup on the end.
So just pass.
Yeah, like long run against NG should be okay. Because we have Parasite, we have the lock. So you can answer the other enforcers.
The problem with the long roads, it's calculating space for me.
Yeah, we're gonna have to mull most of the swarm cards here. I mean, we don't have
We
many
didn't do
swarm
any,
cards, so that's nice. Like, this hand is honestly quite solid already.
like mulling Erden here, or
Yeah, I think I would mull Erden, because it's a card that we don't really want to play unless he... This nest is good if he... Like, we can either play it on the dry pass, or we can just play it if he starts to bleed. This hand is honestly solid. Like, I think I would just keep this hand.
So too. You also have the CC for the contesting the bleed, so
yeah, exactly. Like, we have some swarm cards, right? Like, we have this nest, we have Crone into another Nestor evolution, we have CC, we have some swarm payoff cards.
Ooh.
We have an answer to this, right? Like, the good thing about him purifying the luck with Cupbearer is that then we can just parasite the head.
Parasited, yeah.
Exactly.
So committing Durgarai or
yes.
Yeah.
And we always want to, yeah, exactly, because of Behemoth. You always want to play all the other units on the back row, ideally.
So there's not so many ways to reuse the Helga right now for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he would need to joust her first and then cut bearer, which is just so inefficient that we don't really care. It's just slamming cards.
Yeah, already swarming Bog.
Enforcer, huh? I mean, this Enforcer, like, how many spies is he gonna have? He's gonna have Fergus, he's gonna have, like, Braffens, Usurper, Roderick, Ku. So that's like at least potentially 7-8 spies. I mean, it's a solid heatwave, but I think it's overcommittal. Like, this hand is really good. I think we could just commit the Crimson Curse here, honestly. Because he already kind of played into it by playing 2 units on the... And also we want to, like, ideally we want to play this Crimson Curse on the back row anyway, right? Because
to just have this, like, very clean, like, Behemoth to Chimera.
Yeah, exactly.
What is our deck? Oh, we have Triss still. We have, like, the first Onira, so... Oh.
Fender, huh?
Maybe Kahir pile.
I mean...
Ultimate counter.
Okay. Not sure why he did that, because now we can just parasite the defense.
Parasite the... Yeah, that's the line.
Yeah. I mean, like... like, I guess we could also wait for the high roll from Crimson Curse. But it's such a... It's a way to throw this game, because I think like, this game
we are wasting the opponent's time.
I think we just take this parasite. Like, I think any other play, like, sure, we could wait until Crimson Curse, like, bleeds it. But we just want to make sure we can hit wave the ball, I think, so...
Okay, so parasiting. Yeah. Sure.
Like, it's not like we really need points this round. Like, we have a lot of points here, I wouldn't be worried about that, so... I'm not sure why he didn't buff his defender, but I mean, I guess we take it.
I don't know. Just wholesome rank to gameplay, guys.
Yes, nothing to
enjoy
see.
Enjoy it while you can. Thanks, I guess. Weird.
I mean...
So maybe the Arachas nest now? Or...
So we're getting like 1 point from the bleed. Like, we could try to get ahead here with the Crone, actually.
And the evolution?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, I think we want to save as many leader charges as we can for round 3, because I think we can just keep getting ahead with like these other cards in our hand. I don't think we need to like waste any leader charges here. Yeah.
Now we would probably nest the first coup.
Yeah, now we would probably... Like, this nest could potentially be a bit awkward, but we could also just try to save it as a card in hand. Okay, that's a strong play, but it's also extremely committal. And like... Yeah, that's the thing, like, he's killing these drones, but we actually kinda want him to kill these drones, because...
Yeah, exactly.
We have space problems. Like, that's why I didn't really care about this Enforcer.
Yeah. So we are nesting the front?
So let's see. So nest plays for 5, 6, the bleed, 8.
We can't really get ahead here, I think.
We can't get ahead, but like we can very easily do the points with like nest into talisman. If he passes. So yeah. We can just play the nest here. Sets up our other cards in hand nicely.
Yeah, sure.
And like that's the thing that often happens with AQ. Like bleeding AQ is just very painful because they can just swarm the board so efficiently. They have so much reach with like all these payoff cards. And like you also can't really go into a long run because then you just kind of lose to all the talismans and the end.
I mean, in which matchups we bleed the opponent playing the AQ? I think there are some matchups, or
yeah, you want to bleed against Precision Strike. Like that's the main matchup. I don't like. Sometimes you can bleed against SK if they like pass super early, and you can just like.
I lost today to unexpected handle because there is no like net deck with handle, so I didn't play around.
Yeah, sometimes you can get surprised by stuff like that.
So should we play Onira? So should we Onira something or just jump Behemoth front row?
I think it's okay to just play Behemoth here because it makes our talisman in hand better, our Rien potentially better. Like with how this round went, we might just Oniro into Erden because it's like he already committed his coup. We don't want to do that super early because I guess he could still invo the Erden and just say, okay, I'm gonna go a card down, but I'm gonna have an invoed Erden.
True. So we are Oniroing something for sure.
Like, we don't want this Erden in round 3, right? Like, he's gonna have last say for the coup. And also he committed double Joachim, so I think we can just, Oniro into Erden here. I just don't think we want this card. Like it's a game losing top deck potentially, because if we draw the Erden, like we might have to discard it.
Yeah.
I mean, like he can still coup our Yen, but like if he's smart, he should wait. Because there's kind of no reason to do that early for him. Okay, let's see.
That's top decks.
So okay. This is slightly like we can trace into evolution or an S.
Yeah, because we don't have any swarm, because we would have to, double like throw the.
So I mean, this hand is good. This hand is probably a keep. I'm just wondering whether we're gonna Oniro into a Night Rape or just a Talisman. It kind of depends what we get from the trace, honestly.
So we've drawn first?
Yes, in the front row.
Jamming the trace.
So what are the bad options? We would need to see Talisman, Coated Weapons, and Assassination, I guess. It's kind of unlikely. I think we can...
Yeah, I think opponent play... I think we would have...
I mean, I guess there is kind of no reason not to go full leader.
Okay, like full leader... okay, because we... Okay,
just in case we low roll. There is kind of no reason not to go for it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we take the
Yes.
nest here in the front. Yeah,
Sure.
this is fine.
Not as rolly.
And now he slams trees into lacerate. I can't wait.
We have like the very clean Chimera next
Yeah.
play, or
I mean,
some place.
we probably can play Yen next turn because she's not really getting better. He should coup because now he saw the Erden, so he should just coup immediately. Yeah.
Maybe we like wait and last play Yen because he can like you know, like spend the coup. Didn't like coup. You know.
Yeah.
Remember that's rank 2. So.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's rank 2. You have to consider that.
I don't rather you wouldn't really care about it, but you have the, you know, like the small brain factor.
I mean, we might have some first place here, right? Like he plays. Oh, okay. He just plays this. I mean,
he could actually coup the Roderick. I mean,
like he started with this, which kind of tells me that he was fishing for the ball.
Yeah.
So I could see us actually holding the Yen. I mean, at the very worst, like, okay, we might make our Yen worse, but we also make his coup into Yen worse if he has more units on his board. So,
yeah, I mean, it's basically the same. Like,
yeah, it's kind of the same if he ends up coupping the Yen. Chimera plays for 12 here.
So Chimera?
We could go for Chimera here, yeah. Because we honestly kinda want him to play a ball, because otherwise our Heatwave is not doing that much anyway. And then, like, if he coups Roderick into ball, then it means he doesn't get the Yen, which is just good for us. Or he coups the trees, okay. Let's just hope he doesn't run a random lacerate in his... I mean, we know he has devotion for Emir, right?
The true rank 2 champion. Yeah, he's
unfortunately no lacerate, guys. Pepe hands. Okay, that's
playing around Yen.
Okay, so we play the Yen now. I mean, he made the Yen worse, but he also could have waited for the coup, so like, it's fine, I think. Yeah. Like, we're up by 25 points.
I now see why Trinet stays at the rank 1 for the whole season streaming. I mean, it's just a wholesome experience.
Oh, true, Subi's right. We should have consumed the spying drone to play around seditious aristocrats, of course.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, this is actually kind of decent value for him, not gonna lie.
Who is swarming now?
I mean, we
should consider locking Assimilate.
Yeah, like we might just not get a better lock. Because I mean, what else are we gonna lock? He would need some random stuff.
I mean, he's out of enforcers.
Yeah, he's out of enforcers. Helge is out. He probably doesn't have fire scorpions, and they don't even do that much anymore. Yeah, I think we can just lock the Braffens. Just get more value on our talisman. I guess there was an argument to a Nero into Talisman instead, because we kind of played into Braffens. Like, I didn't really consider it a strong play, because I didn't expect him to coup the trees into Nest, to be fair, but that happened. So I guess a Talisman would be way better from a Nero. Oh. Coated weapons coming down.
Real Clogger friend.
I'll just take the Talisman here.
Yeah, sure. So the Heatwave probably is not the greatest Heatwave in my life, but...
Yeah, looks like a 9-point Heatwave. But yeah, I mean, I think I mean, to be fair, he got a lot of value from that coup. Gotta give him that, but he still would have got way more if he just waited for the end. Yeah, looks like an easy win here. Like this matchup is interesting because usually you can wait. He
Actually lost 1 point.
We actually lost 1 point by not consuming the spying drone. Okay, like usually this matchup is really favored for AQ, but there is a lot of stuff you need to like watch out for, like space, because they can play a lot of spies. So often you are okay with like spending the organic cards round 1 because you actually don't want that much swarm for round 3. Like they're often gonna swarm the board for you anyway. And yeah, another thing is that the coup, right? Like ideally you would want last say there, but we kinda didn't have
the real matchup.
This matchup is good. It's pretty decent. We just need to not get coin abused, but we have Crimson Cares, so we're not gonna get coin abused.
So, do we mold the squirrel here?
Yeah, like we can banish the Redanian, but
we can banish the Oniro, but it's so low tempo.
Yeah, it's just too low tempo. Like it's a card we might keep in round 2 or round 3, but not in round 1. Then Jaguar is solid. I think we could just mull a Talisman here.
Yeah, sure.
And this hand is honestly not bad.
Okay, so just...
Yeah, like we don't have access to an hero here, but the chance we're gonna draw it on the next mulligan is kinda low. And
so we could potentially open like drone into Evo or just whispers the nest.
I mean, we could also just go for the Night Rift here.
Oh yeah,
because I think he's gonna just go for a safe cracker.
So back row?
Yeah, I think back row, yeah. Probably shouldn't matter that much because we shouldn't play Behemoth this run, but just in case we play Behemoth this run. Because we've, like, if he plays a safe cracker, we're just gonna go Crimson Cares.
Sure.
And he plays it on the back row, which is very convenient.
So we just jam the...
Yeah, like we could also consider a Heatwave here to deny the Justice, but it's not the greatest play if he has Ferco in hand.
He can also just Ferco the Justice.
Yeah, exactly. Like if he has Ferco in hand, it's just a bad play, so... Yeah. Just take the
they always have, so...
And save the Heatwave for like a huge Jackal or something. And then we will see, like if he spends the Justice, we will probably just look for a pass here. And just defend the bleed. I mean, this is obviously very threatening. So let's see, so...
hand full of crime cards.
Yeah.
Because
Yes, he still has 4 more crimes in hand.
Yes.
It's like we get 3 points from Crimson Cares immediately. It's gonna damage and then the bleeding, right? Then we get another 5 from TA, so basically kind of tight in the score. I mean, honestly, we could go Evolution on the Rat, because it's technically 1 more point. To just because it boosts by because it boosts by 8. So it's just 1 more point than spawning 3 units instead, and we use our TA on one of the drones,
Okay, so maybe this one?
Yeah, and I think like this should be enough to get us out here.
Yeah, because we got the the 3 points, passive 3 points.
Unless he slams Cleaver, right? Like Cleaver would be a card that would actually be threatening. Now we just pass. There's no reason to play into this.
He might not be able to fin the Redanian also, so that's another thing.
Yeah. I mean, if he has a Shakedown here, or... I guess he didn't have it, because another Shakedown or Deep would fin the boat out. He actually needs to waste quite a lot of coin carry. Like, I'm not sure why he just didn't play Crime, to be fair, because...
did he mess Yeah. Yeah. Wholesome rank 2 plays.
Well, yeah, the guy kind of forgot about Crimson Curse still being on the board. Oh well, unlucky, I guess.
So he's like, oh my god.
Well, that's looking good for us.
I mean, the Crimson Curse is so confusing.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, he should have also played the Justice back row to maybe get some, like the shield value and.
He can't. The muscle spawns immediately in the front. You can't choose.
Oh yeah, sure. So but he could have like omit the
he could have played the first safe cracker in the front, yeah.
So we mull the warrior?
Yeah. I mean, like we want a round 3 hand here. So Parasite can answer the drill. Like this hand is honestly not bad. Could just keep Oniro into a Squirrel on the dry pass, I guess, or something. We could also Oniro into Maxi.
Yeah.
Because he didn't get Redanian out.
He didn't get Redanian, so.
Unless he plays like Ferko Pickpocket here.
Ferko into the. What he can play? The.
Swindle. Okay, that's his guaranteed to get the boat out. Oh, well, he doesn't have the boat.
He doesn't even run the boat.
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
I mean,
he can be a clown and bleed us anyway.
But we don't mind that, honestly. Like I think I think we just ignore the possibility of him bleeding us and just go for a Nero into Maxi.
Oh, jump the Maxi, yeah, sure. Back row?
Yeah.
Always back row.
Yeah. Like okay, so we're drawing Yen, we're drawing an egg. So the egg is gonna get mulliganed.
We're drawing Talisman.
The Talisman is not gonna get drawn because you're gonna get Oniro back on the top, right? So
oh yeah.
You only get to see 4 next cards, I believe. Yeah, you just confirm choice here because there's no really a reason to shuffle.
I mean, getting in is basically what we've searched for. So
yeah. What was the card after Yen?
It was Endrega Warrior.
Okay.
We had Chimera.
Yes, the egg, and the other Endrega Warrior. Yeah. Okay.
We had egg and then warrior, and then we had bone talisman.
Okay, I see. I mean, we just pass here, yeah. So how much swarm are we gonna have? We're gonna have this nest. We're gonna have a crone. Like we should keep some more swarm just in case.
So what do we move for Yen then?
I mean, like we could actually move the Parasite because honestly we could just lock the drill, hit wave the cleaver, and then we have or we could just Erden the cleaver. Like I honestly don't think we really need this Parasite. And then I think we might just like we might just keep this honestly.
Yeah.
Oniro into. I guess we could also mull this Chimera actually and just mull into Yen until we see Yen and then keep, because then we have more options, I guess, right? There's kind of no reason not to do that.
So we classically starting with Nest or?
Yeah. Like now we can always go for the second Talisman instead of the Chimera, right? Which is probably what we're gonna do. Okay, starts with the pig.
Always tributing.
Really? I mean, that's okay. How much? That has to be grown into a Parasite, right?
Yeah. I thought so too.
I mean, like, sure. I guess if we assume this guy just stacks the row right into the Erden, then like I guess the pig would get Erden anyway, but honestly, if he stacks into an Erden, it doesn't really matter what we do, we're just gonna win by a million anyway, so let's assume he's gonna play around Erden. So now's the cleaver.
Sad cleaver. All alone.
I mean, it's still like an efficient spender for him. I'm
just wondering if we lock him now. Or...
So if we lock him, we could still just heatwave the drill, to be fair. It's kind of the same, right? Like, I think we can lock this cleaver because it's just an efficient spender. Like, what else is he gonna have to lock? The drill, right? But we can just heatwave the drill, so it's fine.
So we potentially miss only on the Jackal that we can Erden, so...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, whatever he has, we can just either heatwave or Erden, so it kind of... We can just lock...
So the regular back row? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I guess the argument behind the heatwave is that you can deny the crown splitter pocket, but that's like, then we're kind of committing to a line where we have to use heatwave on the... We have to use the lock on the drill. I mean, we can just save the heatwave for now. There's kind of no reason not to use it. So
we're not really care for the soul.
Yeah, we don't really care for now. We will just see later, right?
So do we jump Behemoth probably now?
Yeah, we can go like double lead the charge in the front.
Later. Sure.
Okay, so the thing with this Triss is that we absolutely never are gonna play it into an organic card, right? Because then we overswarm whatever we pick. I mean, I guess we could go for an evolution and buff a crone.
I mean, we could also hero, but he's probably playing like 10 or 8 bronze special, so...
Yeah, so what's gonna happen is we either gonna... okay, that's a heat wave.
I mean, now the
now we can go for the... Yeah, now we're probably gonna go for the Triss into an organic card. Yeah. Tunnel drill. Such a bastard card.
Yeah. They would probably nerf it the next patch, I think, to just get like... I think it would be fair if it was like... If it is like 2 damage max if you have like 2 crown splitters.
Yeah, like this card is probably the most unfair card in the deck, to be honest.
So we're just hit waving the drill?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's just too much of a threat.
So next round we ideally want to high roll the Triss.
I mean, like, what can we Oniro into? At this point, we're definitely gonna Oniro into... yeah, like, we probably always Oniro into an organic card anyway.
So we can Oniro into evolution now? Or?
Do we ever Oniro into Nest? So Nest is 3 less points. But... it's 1 more unit, which is 2 more points on Yen, 1 more point on Talisman, and potentially 1 more point on... Like, how many units are we gonna have if we go for Nest? We're gonna have 11, 14... I think we go for Evolution, actually, because we might have too many units if we go for Nest.
Okay, so we go Evolution front.
Yeah.
He's actually playing around our Erden by not boosting the Soul. Actual genius.
Like, this is why I hate Soul in this deck. I mean, okay, now he activated it backwards.
Never mind.
But, like, I still just don't like the card, because, like, he had to keep a Swindle for this card to work. And, like, now he's probably sitting on, like, an awkward field in hand. I don't know. I just don't like Saul, and he also seems like he cut Redanian for him, so which seems weird. Or maybe he bricked the Redanian in round 2.
So I think we should now go full leader and then Tris probably, or
Let's
even
think.
Yen. Or how do you? How would you do it?
This is interesting because, like, if we go full leader, Tris, right, and then we don't get Talisman and we get an organic card, then we're actually gonna overswarm.
Yeah.
And if we don't go for an organic card, then we would just prefer to go for Yen anyway.
The time.
Just go full leader, Yen. I think we can go full leader in the front, Yen. Yeah. Okay. Because, like, I think this Yen just wins us the game. We just need to not overswarm here. Like, if we don't see a talisman, we're just gonna go for a crime anyway. Doesn't play the boat, okay. Now we can go for a Tris. If we don't see a talisman, we probably just go for the crime. Yeah, we just go for a payday here. On the Soul, I guess? So the Soul is gonna be... Okay.
This is like 10, this is...
6, 8, 10, 15.
How much is he gonna grow? I don't know, actually, it's your call.
I think I think I would damage the Saul because he's kind of likely to spend with the Jacques a bit more. And this Saul is only a better Erden if he literally doesn't spend anything with the Jacques and holds Horde 9 for like 2 turns, which is kind of unlikely in my opinion.
Ooh.
Yeah, like this means he already loses his...
Oh, he didn't.
He just doesn't care. Okay, I guess we don't have answers, so it's kind of fair. Yeah. This is gonna be close. Kind of.
True. Oh, he's...
Drew played for a lot of points, and we obviously missed the Tris. Which I mean was to be expected, to be fair. Okay.
Okay.
Now we just Erden the back. Because it's more points. Let's see if we win here. We might actually lose this. I mean... So he gets 9...
He probably has Jackal now.
Nah, we win, right? Like the guard would need to be 15 to tie. And I don't think he plays guard because he plays Luisa Savola.
Oh, Filippa is not enough.
Not enough either. So it's fine. Kind of a close game though.
Because we didn't expect the Luisa Savola because
like that Luisa Savola actually played for a lot of points because it kind of enabled him to play around Erden a bit. Usually this deck plays more.
Probably Saber's net deck from the beginning of the season because he played Luisa Savola. So another one.
Yeah, let's go for another one. It's time to take Tris out of this deck. True. This Tris betrayed us this game. Like, this Tris was actually really, really bad this game.
And how many people are watching us?
200 right now.
Oh. Hello, chat.
Actual rank 1 gamers.
Yeah, poggers. The climb with Paja is like... It takes a lot of time, but it's... Yeah. Great experience.
To be fair, like, we could try to zoom more, but because of the... because it's coaching session, then that's why we rope so hard. I'm usually a zooming player, I just skip the cards. Okay, we are against SK. This matchup is kind of close, but it should be fine. We mull 1 talisman here. We always keep Squirrel against SK.
Mull 1 nest?
Yeah, we could mull 1 nest. We want as much swarm as possible for round 3. Parasite is good. Maybe the talisman?
Okay. So we have...
don't think we want to commit it round 1.
So the next
I think I would just start with Endrega X, honestly. before he like sets up a
Front.
probably front. Like we want to play it before he gets an engine on the board that can like ping the egg and enable him the batters for Jenga.
He'll probably set up the Drakkar or Brockvar Hunter.
Yeah, exactly. So like in this matchup, I mean, you can try to win the round and then try to just 2-0. Or you can also just pass on 7, because they can't really go into a long run still. They don't have enough pings. And like this deck has some techs. We have a useless 11 provision card for sure in this matchup, which is not nice. But we have like a lot of techs with Parasite, with the movement, with Doregere, so we should be fine in a long run.
So, playing Entrega Warrior now, or just nesting to get full value?
We could nest here too, but the problem with that is then if he has Jenga, he can lock the egg, so it's kind of greedy, and I think.
So
I think there's
I don't expect him to run Jenga, so.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on versions, right? Like some people run it, some people don't. It's kind of a guess, right? But I would usually play around it, I think. He has back row ships, which is worse for us than the front row ships. I mean, I would drop Maxi here and try to look for the pass. Should be enough to, unless he slams Tergvi. Okay, let's see. So
Nero next round.
We can draw the Oniro, but we're missing so many important cards. Like we're missing, okay, we can tutor out Crimson Curse, but we're missing movement, we're missing the lock, we're missing Behemoth, we're missing Chimeras.
And the Heatwave, which is like...
Like, I would shuffle here even though we have a guaranteed Oniro, and I would just put Erden at the bottom because the card is absolutely useless.
Sure. And boosting the throne.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we should every time get a pass here, so...
Even Tergvi is not enough, actually, unless he B goes into Tergvi. So yeah. Yeah, this is fine. I would just pass here. Like, if you can't win the round with AQ, and like, this doesn't really look like we can win the round, we just pass on 7, ideally. Defend the bleeds in the long runs too.
He also committed the Brockvar Hunter, which is like... I mean, he could resurrect it with Harald, but it's not ideal for us. Because... Yeah. I mean, we don't really care, basically, because we have enough Swarm for long round 3, I think, either way, so...
Like, we can just banish this Hunter with the Squirrel. Like, we're gonna keep the Squirrel and... Oh, wow, he just... takes a long round 3. I mean, that's optimistic, to say the least. Okay, sure. I mean, yeah, now we will definitely banish the Hunter on the dry pass.
Maybe he didn't read the ice description because he don't have to run the discard package to run him.
True.
I mean, do we ever keep the Bruiser for the round 3?
We could keep it. I mean, let's just see. Like, the movement is good. We could. This is. I mean, I guess we have other answers though. Maybe the movement is actually bad because, like, we have Heatwave and Parasite, and so we're gonna banish the Hunter. Yeah, like we want some Swarm cards. Crimson Curse is good. Now we could mull an Evolution or a Nest, one of these. Probably gonna tutor the other one with the Crone, so it kind of doesn't really matter which one you mull here.
Is he playing Harald?
No.
An actual champ. No, Kadush?
I mean, this is a carryover Kadush, I guess. Okay. Sure. I guess he's setting up his heal value for round 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Can go for the squirrel on the hunter here on the back row, and then if he passes, you just take it with the Enjega warrior. Yeah. Like if we didn't get the banish for the hunter here, I would keep the movement, but like we have all the answers left literally, so I think the movement is honestly not even gonna be a great card.
So we're just taking it with the warrior.
Especially if we draw the lock. And like we just wanted some more payoff cards because we had like almost no payoff cards. Like we want to draw some talismans here, a Behemoth.
Or just
Oniro would be
Oniro.
nice, right?
Evo, Chimera. Oh, that's...
Okay.
We should always mulligan the Evo or Chimera, I don't know.
I think we have too many Chimeras.
True.
Might be awkward with the talismans especially. Okay, so what are we missing? We're missing... So we can Oniro, we can Crone into Nest. Like if this guy doesn't kill our units, we're gonna overswarm here. I think we should move
mulligan the Evo.
Like, okay, double talisman is good. This hand is good. I would keep it, honestly. I would keep this hand. Like,
I mean, double talisman in the long run is basically what we want.
Yeah, like, I mean, we missed the lock, and what else did we miss? Behemoth, right? But this one would be very greedy because the cards we have in the deck are really good.
So we start with the
evolution
drone Evo?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, can start with this. Yeah. The upside of not drawing Behemoth is we're kind of free on which row. We're gonna Crimson Curse now, so that's nice. Although I guess we still have Chimera, so we still want to preferably go on the back row. If we can.
So now he's playing Harald? No, Vabjorn.
Eagle into Harald, or what? Oh.
What?
Very, very strong player right here, I have to say. Very threatening.
So we should just...
We can
jump another
second evolution.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Are we even overswarming here? Not really. Like we can always take like if we miss the talisman from Triss, which is kind of unlikely because I think
we can always just keep the one drone. I mean, I can count it. We would get 3 bodies from the Crimson Curse. We shouldn't, I think, because the Chimera
is... because the talismans, the Heatwave and the Chimera basically puts no units on the board themselves. So, and he's gonna kill some of these cards, so these tokens.
We're always parasiting the Harald.
I mean, honestly, there is... Yeah, we parasite the Harald. Like there is some merit to going like for Yen here with like some leader charges, but I think we don't want to. I think we just want to parasite, then a Crimson Curse, and then Yen. Like if this was Blob with Blue Boy, I would always slam Yen, but this ice deck actually doesn't have many pings, so...
You could also just make... If he plays the totem, the totem will be like very awkward with Yen, I think.
Yeah, if he plays the totem early, it's kind of a mistake because then it's kind of awkward with the Yen. Yeah, that's an easy Crimson Curse. If he played straight into it.
The easiest one.
Like, yeah, when you play against AQ guys, you really want to usually stack the front row because then you make Crimson Curse awkward, because the AQ player really doesn't want to play Crimson Curse on the front, right? Because then they clog their Behemoth and Chimeras. So yeah, it's kind of nice to just play all your units front row as long as you can against AQ.
Ooh, very sad. No, he has what?
Beagle
Oh.
into a hunter. I mean, we don't care about this hunter at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna get that much money.
What is he doing?
He's
Setting that first for ice,
hoping
probably.
we're gonna overswarm here, right? So.
Or just setting Bloodthirst for iced. I mean.
Yeah, true. He might be doing that too. I mean, okay, so let's think here. Like, I would just go triple leader charge in the front and the Yen.
Yeah, Yannick is great because then he doesn't get the Bloodthirst.
I mean, like, honestly, you probably could even go for quadruple leader charge because you have a Chimera, so we're just gonna consume a unit. It's kind of greedy, like we might, I don't know, low-roll the Triss. So I would only go... Yeah, I would only go like this, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Because if we go for any more... Yeah.
We could potentially low-roll and get the Gutting Slash, yeah?
Yeah. Like...
Instead of this one.
If we actually see, like, War of Clans... I mean, it's kind of fine. Like, this just gives us more flexibility. Like
the value from the from the bow. I mean, reading cards.
Now we go Chimera, yeah.
The Chimera, oh sure.
Yeah, we can go for Chimera, so then we can like safely.
I mean, at this point, we could like, I don't know, pass with 2 talismans in hand, and I think our opponent would be still like scratching his head.
Yeah, I mean it's just an easy win. But like, yeah, like SK used to be good against AQ. Because Blob had Blue Boy Lugos, also Ceres was making Hien awkward quite often. And
they were putting, also people started to put the Heimdall after the AQ.
Yeah. And like many people are playing double Marauder with War of Clans, which was actually kind of scary for the deck.
Should we actually do
yeah, we should lead a charge in the front and Triss, yeah. Like, if we don't get the talisman, we just go for whatever Skellige card we get.
Actual logo.
I mean, wait. We could actually... But we give him a better leader then, I guess.
Yeah,
how much of a better leader does he get?
I don't know.
Yeah, imagine if we could look at the board state. I think we just take the slash because we can't look at the board state here. And we just kill the hunter, so it's just good, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would give him a much better leader if we went for like evolution on the Chimera, right? To buff it by 8. So it's just not worth it. But yeah, imagine being able to look at your board state when you're playing your card.
Small indie company, once again.
Yep.
I mean, it happens like way too often. When you, when would you, yeah.
I mean, double talisman seems balanced here. Yep. Yes, he's like, I'm not sure why he didn't damage the Wispes, but okay. If you wanted to get Bloodthirst for Iced. Honestly, I'm not sure why this guy just didn't drop his Iced as soon as he had the Bloodthirst, but I mean...
He probably ran some scouts because he's running the the skirmishers, so
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. So.
Yeah, like now he frees the space for the leader charge. I mean, yeah, this game is just as we would say in TLG, this game is in a bag.
Sad iced.
Yeah. Very close game.
We actually get a decent heat wave.
Yeah.
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 I mean, before the heat wave wasn't really great because it was 8 points at best because
Yeah.
the previous iterations didn't really
Okay, actually
play.
here now what a chat. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, Ice played for 27 points, but that was kind of not enough. Oh well.
So do you have time for the I mean, how are we with the
I think we can do
time?
one more, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll queue into like Dead Eye Ambush or the Precision Strike to get like the whole spectrum.
Yeah, exactly, would be nice. How is the matchup versus traps? I mean, the matchup should be unfavored versus a good trap player. But like, I don't know, like I played this matchup twice and I won it because my opponents were just playing their traps way too early and like...
I mean, we should also account for the build because there is actually not so the build is not so figured out yet. So
there are different trap decks. Like I saw Precision Strike traps with Madoc, for example. I saw Brewer traps with Irden, and then obviously Eldine traps. Like against traps, what you can do is you can just try to like swarm the board with nests, but not buff it. So like if they kill the tokens, you just swarm more tokens. Like you just keep as many swarm cards as you can.
Do we move the one warrior here?
Yeah, we don't need double warrior and probably a talisman. I usually just like mulling talismans round one.
Ooh.
Portal, huh?
Portal? Probably for the intimidate engines.
Oh, okay. Got some spicy.
Is he a Igor clown?
Might be. I mean, can just kill the Igor as soon as he appears, so I wouldn't be really too worried.
He could play Azar, and then we will be fucked.
Oh, then we can go for offensive yen.
Actual value. Front row?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, the rank 1 piles. Still not as good as rank 2 piles, but...
True. Wow.
I mean, some rank piles are also like very spicy, but...
We're actually getting outplayed here. Like now we don't... now we don't even want to consider.
Did they change the card? I didn't even...
Yeah. They changed the lock ability to bounty, and they made it a 6/6. It's honestly a solid card. Like I think once NG is more popular and more people start playing locks, you could actually...
The old card was almost playable. I think some players brought... Like one player brought the card from one tournament, I think.
Yeah, I brought it to open myself.
You brought it to open, yeah.
It was like and we can go for revolution here, I guess, because we don't even want to consume this and give his coins. Yeah. Like the reason I included Kerd instead of Kalkstein was because for the NR matchup against Shieldwall, because the lock was like really valuable in that matchup.
I mean, looking at the stats from like all the like last year tournaments, the Shieldwall was like really bad. Yeah. Like the win rate was like the lowest win rate, I think.
Yeah, Shieldwall was not doing too well because it was kind of getting hard countered by a lot of decks to be fair. Yeah, I mean, we can just go for the Andrega Warrior. We don't even want to consume the egg because we just give him coins.
So just there.
Yeah. Like, I mean, sure, you could say that, like, technically if we wait with Endrega Warrior, you can wait for a moment where he has 9 coins in the bank and then his bounty is useless. But honestly, we kinda just want to pass after this Endrega Warriors. It doesn't
I
really
mean,
matter.
he would always get to the full coins because he has
Yeah,
the
exactly.
taxpayers,
Well,
tax collectors, taxpayers. We are taxpayers.
yeah, we just pass here.
We just pass and chill.
Classic AQ line, pass on 7, round 1.
I should probably play that line more because I'm just like overcommitting, I think.
Yeah, like, it's very easy to bait yourself with AQ to like push hard round 1 to try to win the round. And then even sometimes when you win on even, it ends up not even being worth it.
I mean, Bruiser.
I mean, Bruiser is good for the tunnel drill, but we have Parasite and Heatwave, so I think we can move him. Evolution is nice. Yeah, it could be a Chimera here. We want like the talisman back. Okay, that's a bad card. Let's see if he pushes us. Like, we have answers to his stuff, we have Oniro, so this is looking good already. We have some Swarm cards, some Swarm payoff cards. Like, the highest skill cap of this deck is usually just keeping enough Swarm cards for like all the runs to like play efficiently.
I mean, we should always jump the Warrior because it doesn't really matter. We play something from Oniro.
Yeah. Like, we could Oniro into Maxi, I guess.
Oh yes, yes. That's actually worth it.
Yeah, let's Oniro into Maxi, see what we get.
I mean, Maxi was so like...
okay, so...
Like, because of the Tybot's decks at the top.
We're gonna miss a Talisman, Triss, and Erden. That's a lot we're gonna miss. I think we should shuffle, we should put the Squirrel at the bottom.
Yeah. And passing.
Yeah.
Such a good card.
Yeah, like, this card might honestly be the best 5 provision card in the game, because it's like the information value is actually so good. Not gonna lie. Okay, this is interesting. I think we could move the evolution here. We might like overswarm otherwise. Double Chimera is kind of... I mean, it's good, but we might have better cards to draw, like Talismans or Triss.
Mulling one again.
And move this nest. That's not good. Oh well. Kind of low roll missing. Yeah,
every talisman.
That's...
I mean, the Triss is not so much a talisman into the...
That's kind of sad, but oh well. We can start with like Leader Charge in the front and Crone into... Wait, do we even have an... We do have an evolution, right? I'm not going crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think we're still fine because we are in a long run 3, but missing so many cards sucks. I'm probably gonna Oniro into a Talisman because, I mean, we know how it goes with Triss against Syndicate, right? It's...
Yeah.
It's inconsistent, to say the least. Oh wow, he actually has Azar. I mean, we have Crimson Curse.
Oh. I mean, we always Crimson Curse this, but our Behemoth is pretty awkward.
Yeah.
Afterwards. I don't know. What is your call? Or maybe just even Parasite the... I don't know. It seems like not so great.
I think we just Crimson Curse and we just accept we lose some points on the Behemoth, because I would be scared here.
Oh, the actual high roll.
Yeah. Like, also, if we don't Crimson Curse, right, he's just gonna stack this row anyway. And we're still gonna have to play Crimson Curse in front row, so... Like, this is what I mean, right? Like, against AQ, you just want to stack the front, so at least stack the front in a way that doesn't play into Erden too much, right? You obviously don't play into like a disgusting Erden.
He's stacking. That's a good sign.
Okay.
But that looks pretty normal so far. But
Yeah. I mean, we could. I guess we could play the Night Rave in the back. Yeah.
Sure.
There's kind of no rush to Yen. Shouldn't be able to like swarm a lot of units.
I mean, he has Cleaver and Jack, so be careful with that call, but...
Yeah, but...
You're the Gwent master.
The thing is, like, if he swarms with Cleaver in the front row, he just plays more into Erden, right? I don't think we want to heatwave this, honestly, because... I just don't think we care. Like, it just plays into Erden. We already gonna Erden this row. So... we just don't really care about heatwaving this. I think we can just go... I mean... we could go for Behemoth here and then probably Yen next turn.
The Behemoth isn't getting any better.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, right? Like, we don't really care about Cleaver, so the only card we care about is Jacques to make our Yen worse, right? Because Cleaver just plays into the Erden because he has to spawn the tokens on the same row.
Oh, he's playing.
Wow. Freak show, huh? Well, that's a Parasite, I guess.
Sure.
I mean, like, he's kind of making our leader charges actually useful now, so I don't think we really mind.
Parasiting the
Yeah.
show. I mean, he could potentially have a drill, but Freak Show and the drill, that would be like...
I mean, if he has the drill, like, he doesn't even have many coins for now, and we could consider heatwaving the drill, to be fair. Let's see what he does here. He does this. Okay, definitely.
Full front and the end? Or...
yeah, we go full on the front row in the end. Are we gonna heatwave the drill? We will see. Probably not, honestly.
Kind of anti-synergy with the bleeding.
True. Like, that's why I usually like playing Crimson Curse round 1. Okay, Yoniro's into the drill. Like, how many coins is he gonna... is this guy gonna play Ziggy with this deck?
I think it's not enough props for Ziggy if he like plays Ozar and...
I mean, I guess what is our better heatwave anyway? What would be a better... like, we might just not even have a better heatwave, to be fair.
I mean, he could potentially... I don't know if he has provisions, but the Luisa Savola? I don't know.
Yeah, but we could still Oniro into a lock, I guess,
True.
at worst. I think we could heatwave here. Because it's kind of scary, honestly, like...
yeah. I mean, our Chimera is pretty trash now.
Yeah, like, what are we gonna go from the Oniro?
Maybe Chimering even the Noonwraith.
I mean, we could... yeah, we could Chimera the Noonwraith. We could also go for Triss, because it's so unlikely we're gonna get, like, only crimes, right? It's actually extremely unlikely. We either get a Talisman or a Swarm card, and both of them are good.
I mean, that's your call. I'm pretty unlucky at this game.
True. But I mean, it's a very low chance to get only crimes.
I originally played Hearthstone, so I mean...
ah, true. So you're used to your low rolling.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, we can We can payday. Ah, it's so sad. And I guess we should payday the 4, the non-boost, the damaged 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Actual one.
actually so sad. Holy shit. That's actually so unlikely because I think the odds on that are very small. That you miss both organic cards and the talisman. But oh well.
I mean, we miss 5, 11, 12. I mean, we missed like 4 points, I think, with not hitting the talisman.
Yeah.
With not hitting the swarm, it would be probably.
Yeah, like I really wanted an evolution there.
So probably.
What do we even consume here? We expect him to have a heat wave. I guess, okay. Yeah, it's still correct to consume.
I mean, we're kind of losing, so.
I think it's fine. I mean, are we? This Erden is huge. Like, this Erden.
Oh,
This Erden is gonna play for how many? 4, 6.
I mean, Cleaver has 1 base power.
33. It's like a 37-point Erden, right? So might be fine.
Night Wraith?
Yeah.
Sure.
It plays a bit more into Heatwave, but it's only like 1 point difference.
I think he doesn't run Heatwave.
Yeah, same.
Last card
yeah, I think we might be fine here. Like this Erden is so huge. Holy shit.
Oh yeah. I mean,
this is why you don't cut this card from this deck, because
I mean, I ironically I was like surprised, but in this deck it kind of makes so much sense.
Yeah, like
especially
with Yen, right? It just right. Makes a lot of sense to run it with Yen. Like the only bad matchup for this card is literally SK. And maybe like, you can beat the current iteration of SK with having a bricked 11p card.
Also, that I ambush, I would say.
Yeah, like, but
they swarm, so
yeah,
the Gezra variant with the
yeah, like the old Dead Eye Ambush used to play Gezras and Isengrim, right? The current one, I guess, plays Traps, so the Erden is much worse. So yeah.
So that would be all, or do you have time?
I think that would be it for today. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something, and thanks Piotr for taking part in our first episode of the coaching series.
The pleasure is mine. Was mine actually.
And
I would also like demand some piles to my DMs, but that would be later. Pleasure piles are always like premium. So I hope that you brew some spicy NG for this patch.
I might try something. But yeah, that will be it for today, guys. I think, I'm not sure what the exact schedule is, but I'm pretty sure there will be another coaching series episode with Saber on Tuesday.
Yes, on Tuesday.
So yeah, watch out for that. And yeah, see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed the stream.
Thanks, see ya.